In this video, we'll learn Lightning Record Edit form, and this is the third type of our base Lightning component. So this component is used to create and edit the record as well. And the only benefit of this type of form is you can again customize the layout as well as you can create and edit the record basically. So if you don't want the customization, the only option you should always go with is the Lightning Record form. When you need the customization that can help you to create and edit the record, then you will go with the Lightning Record Edit form. Okay, so like in the Lightning Record View form, we used Lightning Output field to make the field read only. In Lightning Record Edit form, we're gonna use Lightning Input field so that we can edit the data in the form. Okay, so let's go and see how it works. So I'm in my VS Code. I'll close all the tags. Let's go and create the new web component. I'll give this name record edit form. So now my component is created. So the first thing we want is the object type, like what type of object you're going to use to create this form. So I'll import that. I'll say import contact. This time we're going to use contact object instead of account. So I'll say import contact object from @Salesforce schema / contact, and let's map it to a local property called object name equal to contact object. Now we have the object that we're going to use, but we want other fields as well, like what all fields you want to show on the form. So we can quickly import the fields like name underscore field from @Salesforce schema / contact dot name. So we give the reference to the name field. Similarly, we can import title. I'll copy paste the same reference. I'll change this to title. I'll change this alias to title. I can import the phone field as well. The phone. You might be thinking like in the previous video we gave the hard-coded data in the HTML. That's not a good approach. Always import to the reference that supports the referential integrity. So it's always good to import it. And what else we can import? We can import the email field, and we can import it like contact.email. Apart from that, yeah, let's go with this 4 fields and let's map those to a local property. I'll say in the object format. To access the object in the HTML, it's easy. So I'll map account field the we can import the account ID as well if you want. We can say account underscore field from contact dot account ID, and I can map this account field to account field property. I can say name field name field, then I can map title field colon title field. So I'm doing just mapping whatever the field we have imported. I'm just mapping to the fields object. So phone field, phone underscore field, and the last property is email field, email underscore. So now I mapped our all 5 properties to the object fields, And now we go to our HTML and we're gonna first create the card here quickly. We'll say lightning card. We'll give the title. We'll give lightning card edit form. So our card is ready. Now we have to use our form. So to create the form, we need to use a tag lightning record edit form. And in this form, we will pass only our object API name, API name, and that API name we already imported here, contact object. So this will tell to this form you have object type contact. And in this particular demo, I'm just showing you how to create a record using edit record form. So we don't need a record ID basically because we are creating the records. I'll only pass object API name. And now we're gonna customize our form. So for that, I'll create the first field using the tag lightning input field. This will take an same attribute like previously we used for lightning output field, but here the field type, the tag type is lightning input field, and here we'll pass our first tag, that is fields dot account field, like fields dot account field, and we'll close this tag. Then I'll copy paste the same tag 5 times, and I'll go and copy paste this first account field, name field, title field, phone field, and the email field. So now we are creating the 5 fields. You can wrap it under the SLDS column like I did in the previous video. It's up to you whether you want it 2 column, 3 column, you can do all. The only thing that to remember is you can create the field using lightning input field. Okay, and then we're gonna create the button now. So we'll create the button lightning button. We'll give the class SLDS margin around the score s on the extra small class we are giving for the margin. I'll call this button label as cancel button, and can close this button now. And I'll copy paste the same button below. I'll give this button a variant this time, and I'll say the type of this button is submit. Apart from that, I want the label to be save, and that's it. So now our form is ready. We have created 2 buttons and few fields to the form, and we are just telling the form what type of object it is. And let's add the meta tags here. So I'll say is exposed to true, and the tag is to be lightning underscore underscore app page. And we have the fields, we have the forms, everything is ready. Let's deploy this. So now it's deployed. Let's go to our org and click on edit page. Let's search for our component name, record edit form, move it to the last column and hit save, go back, and now you can see that we use account name, that is a lookup. It's coming in the lookup format, so you don't need to build a custom lookup form or something. It's coming automatically. We have used title, and title is coming name and in this account we have a name is like salutation, first name, last name, all three fields are coming. Title, phone, email, everything is coming, right? And it's also supporting the validation rules as it is. If I hit save, they complete the field. Search this, the name 0, contact, title, surname, phone number, email @com. Save. There is some error, but we are not capturing right now. So let's go and do that as well. To get the error on the screen, what we need to do is we need to use another tag, that is lightning messages. So just below your lightning record edit form tag, add this tag where it will show the error is in the form of a toast, not exactly the toast, but a red color message. So let's deploy this once and see. It's deployed now. Back. And now we already added the lightning messages tag. Now if I directly go and click save, you will see it's showing the error message directly. An error occurred while trying to update the record, please try again. So this is how you can capture the error messages using lightning messaging tag. So now let's go and create a record. I'll say the account is my first form one. I'll say doctor, first name 0, last name hero, title 020, give some phone number, will give some email IDs 0@gmail.com, and let's hit save. And it's saying an error occur while trying to update, please try again, duplicate error. So we'll say 0101 01@gmail.com. Let's hit save. Now the error message went away. It means the record is created, but right now we are not handling the success because we are not showing the red like our toast message of success and all, but the record is created. So let's go to the contacts, search for contacts. On the contacts you will see our contact is created successfully, 0101, and you open this, you can get all the details that we have filled, 0 to hero, my record from 1, and all those stuff. Let's go back to our base component. So this is how you use your lightning record edit form, and this is how you create the record. So always use base lightning component whenever you want to play with the data and you don't want to create everything from scratch. By default all things comes to you. Use lightning record form when you want to create, edit, update anything without customization. When you want to just display the records with some customization, go with the lightning record view form, and when you need a full freedom with the customization along with creation and updation, go with lightning record edit form. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. In this video we learn how to reset the lightning record edit form. Let's go to our org first. Let me refresh the quickly. So now in the previous video we have created the lightning record edit form, and now if I type something here and if I click on cancel, nothing happens, right? So on click of cancel I want to reset my form. So in this video we learn how to reset the lightning record edit form. So let's go to our VS Code, and this is our component we were working with in the last video, that is record edit form.js. So I'll go to the JS file and I'll create a method handle reset, and here what I'll do is I'll fetch all the tags that has lighting input field, and you already know how to fetch the elements. So we'll say this dot template dot query selector all, and we'll get all the lightning input field, and this should be in the string. Yeah, and we'll store that into a variable. We can say input fields, and now once we have all the fields, first we'll check whether fields are there or not. If nothing comes, it will return undefined. If it comes, we'll get an array of nodes, and then what we're gonna do is we'll say we'll convert the array of nodes into the proper array. So to convert that, you use array.from and then run your loop for each. I'll say take each field from the number of fields that you fetched from the lightning input field. There will be like 5 field we'll get when we run that query, and we'll take each field and say field dot reset. So reset is a method on the each field. We'll get that and you'll be able to reset it. So this much functionality is required to reset the form. It will fetch all the fields and run the loop on each field and call the reset method of each field. Let's add this method to the cancel button. I'll go to the cancel button and I'll say on click, call this method, and let's deploy this. Now it's deployed. Let's go to our org. Let's refresh the page again. So now let's add some data to the fields. Phone numbers. Let's hit the cancel button now. And now you see it's resetting our whole form. Even though if I select this, everything @.com, and if I hit cancel, it resetted the all fields in the form. So this is how we reset the lightning record edit form, and this is how you work with a cancel button. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we learn how to edit the lightning record edit form. So till now we have seen how to create the record using lightning edit form and how to reset the form we already seen. Now we'll learn how to edit the lightning record edit form. So let's go to our org and I'll go to the contacts because I need an ID, right, to update the existing record. So I'll go to contacts. This is the record that we have created previously. I'll go to this record. From the URL, I'll copy this ID. I'll go to my VS Code, and then I'm using the same component that we are using for lightning record edit form. So the component name is record edit form. I'll go to the HTML, and in the tag lightning record edit form, I'll add the record ID, and I'll give this ID here. So now when I load this form, it automatically fetch all the data and map the data to the respective field based on the API name of the field. Okay, so let's deploy this code. Now it's deployed. Let's go to our org, go to the base components app page, and let's refresh the page. And now you can see that we are getting the updated, like in the edit mode, we are getting the data by default pre-filled in the form because it's in the edit mode right now. And now if I update this, I'll change this name, first name to 01, and let's save this and let's refresh this page now. And now you can see that we are getting our updated name here in the form. So this is how you update and you get the data from the record, and automatically the record, once the data comes to the record form, it will automatically maps to the field. The only catch here is you need to give the proper API name to the fields, then only it will work. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we learn adding custom label to the fields in Lightning Record edit form. And this is one of the common problem in real-time scenarios, like you are using the Lightning Record edit form for creating and updating, but there are a scenario in which you want a label to be of your type. Like by default it takes a default label you are giving while creating the fields, but this time you want to give the custom label, right? Enter your email ID. By default it's coming email, but you want to show a label like enter your email ID. So there this problem statement comes, and now we'll see how we can solve this problem. So let's go to our same component, that is record edit form. And here what we're gonna do is we'll only change the label of the email. So if I go to my org, here the label is email. I want enter your email as a label. So what I'm gonna do here is I'll hide first default label, and to hide the label you have to use a variant. You have to say label hyphen hidden. So now this variant will hide your default label. Now you want to give the label, so create a label tag, and you can say enter your email ID or email, and we can add some padding to the left for X. Also I'm giving extra small padding to the left of the label, and let's deploy this. And once it's deployed, let's go and refresh the page now, and let's go to the form. And now you can see the label is coming in the custom form. It's overriding the default because default label we already hide it, and now it's showing enter your email. So this is also one very common problem or common use case basically. And I'll repeat the approach again. You first need to hide the default label using the variant label hyphen hidden, and then you just need to give the label tag and the text that you want to show. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video. In this video, we'll learn how to handle the custom validation in Lightning Record edit form. So let's go to the VS Code, and this time we're gonna start with a new component. So let's create a new component. I'll give this name record edit custom. So now the component is created, and first thing what we're gonna do is we'll create the object on which we're gonna work. So I'll say this time account object from @salesforce schema slash account. So now I have the object ready, so I'll map it to the local property object name equal to account object, and then I'll go to the HTML and create a card, give the title name as custom application lightning.com, and here we're gonna create our form. that is lightning record edit form, lightning record edit form, and then I'll say the object API name, the same property that we have created, object name. And here what we're gonna do is we'll create only a one field this time, just to demonstrate few things. So I'll create a property lightning input, a label name, a value. I'll create a property. I'll create the property name. I'll say on key up handle. In this time we are creating a different input field altogether within this form, that is a custom input field, I would say. I'll create the class and I'll give some margin bottom. So I'll say slds margin bottom underscore small. I close this input field and I'll go to the JS file. I'll create this method. This method gets called up whenever you type something in the field. It will receive the event, and I'm using a property for the value, so I'll give this name like input value, and I'll create a property here, input value. I'll initialize it with the empty string. Then I'll say whenever somebody types, so update this input value dot target dot value. So the value comes under this property event dot target dot value, and we'll map it to the input value. This is the first thing, and on click of submit, I want to do some validation here. So we'll create the on submit method here. We'll say handle submit. This method call once you click on submit button. I'll go and create this method as well, handle submit. And before that we need to create the button, that is a submit button. So I'll say lightning button class sld margin top small, gives the small margin to the top of the button. And the key point here is your button type should be submit. Then only this form get to know, okay, that submit button has been clicked, so it should be submit. And then you can create the label. I'll say create account. And the button is ready. That button should call the handle submit automatically because type is submit. So by default the form knows this button whenever clicked I need to call the handle submit. And once the handle submit called, first thing we'll say it will receive an event, and we don't want to refresh the form. For that we'll say event default, because whenever you submit the form, basically JavaScript browser refresh the page, so we don't want that. So we are using event default. Then what we're gonna do is we'll fetch the input field. I'll say this dot query selector fetch. Why I'm telling you in this way, because right now I'm taking only one input field. In real time you will have 10 or 20 fields, so this is the easiest way to fetch all the value of the form fields. So what I'll do is I'll take input field. I'll say this dot template dot query selector. In if there are more than one field you use query selector all, but right now we have an example only with one input field, so I'm calling the only query selector. And then I'm checking what's the value inside the input field that we have fetched, the dot value. And then I want some condition, right? I want to trigger some error message below this, so I just will check If the user type something and that string doesn't contain Australia, it should throw an error. Okay, so we'll go with this condition. So I'll say if the value that has been typed or written in the field is includes Australia or not. If not, go inside this if condition and trigger the custom validity. So this is the method that is set custom validity. The spelling is validity, validity, and this will take the error message that you want to show. So I'll say the account name must include Australia. Okay. So whenever the user types something and that something doesn't contain Australia keyword, it will throw an error. If it contains the Australia, then what we're gonna do is we'll say set custom validity to empty string. It means hide the error or remove the error with the empty string, and then we'll take the fields. What we're gonna do is const fields equal to event.detail dot fields, and we'll say the field dot name is the API name. Actually, the field API name. If you are mapping this data to a type, then it should be fields dot type. It's an annual revenue, it should be annual revenue, it should be industry, it can be anything, but the name should be the exact name that is mentioned while creating your fields in the object manager. So this is the name for the field. So I'm telling I'm creating a field name, and to that I'm passing the value. I'll say put well value. So you can use this value as well. They're both are same almost, so we don't need that. So I'm just mapping that value, and then I'm saying submit it. So now we are submitting programmatically. We'll say this dot template dot query selector, fetch the record form. We are fetching the record form, and on that we are calling the submit method, and to the submit method we are passing the fields like this. If you have other fields, you need to use it like fields dot annual revenue like this, and your data some number. So we have only one field, so we are creating only the name fields, and we are assigning the value to that name field, and we are sending those fields. And outside this if else condition will show the error right away without user interaction. For that, what we're gonna do is we'll say input component dot report validity. This method just trigger if something is assigned under the custom validity. So here we are setting the error message. This was throwing that error message basically. So now we created the handle submit. So I'll repeat it quickly. We created the lightning edit record form. We have created a one input field. Inside that form we are creating the button, and button should always be of type submit. And to the record edit form we have created a property on submit. Whenever this button clicks, it will call the handle submit, and when it trigger the handle submit, it will first use event.prevent default, which will help us to not refresh the page. Okay, so it stopped the page refresh, and then we are fetching the input field, that is the input box that we have created within the form, and we fetch the value from that input field, and we'll check whether the text written in the input field contains Australia or not. If it's not having the text Australia, we'll throw a message the account name must include Australia, and it immediately throws an error to the screen. If it contains the Australia keyword, then we'll take that field and we just map the value that has been entered to a field name, and then we call the submit method of the lightning record edit form. pass the fields that we want to create. So this is the submit functionality. Now I want to handle the other things as well. So I want a success handler. So the success handler that I want is like when the form is created, I want to create the toast message on the screen. For that, what I'm gonna do, I'll say on success, call success handler, and once the form created successfully, this method gets called up. And here what we're gonna do is we're gonna handle the, like, we'll catch the record ID, it will receive an event, and to show that record ID, what we can do is we can use the toast message. And for toast message, we already know we need to import the show toast event. So let's go to the top and we'll say import show toast event from Lightning Platform show toast event. So once this is available, what we'll do, under the success handler, we'll create the show toast event. We take some properties like title, so we'll say count created, then it will take message, say record ID, say the record ID event dot detail dot ID. We'll get the ID from the event using event dot detail dot ID, and then variant, because this is always a success variant, because success handler will get called once the record is created, and once the toast event is created, will store into a variable toast event, and will dispatch this toast event. This dot dispatch event, and now we already created this submit validation, that is custom validation, and the success handler. Let's deploy this now. And before deploying, we need to set the custom metadata. So we are setting the is exposed to two targets to Lightning App Page. Let's deploy this component now. So the component is deployed. Let's go to our page, base components. Let's go to gear icon, click the edit page. Search for our component, that is record edit custom. We'll drag it to the center. I'll hit save. Go back. So now first we'll test our custom validation. So I'll type something in the name without Australia. So I'll say 020, and if I hit create record, it should trigger a custom message that we have said the account name must include Australia. So now you can see, like, be able to show the custom error messages. Now I'll say 020 Australia, and now it created, it shows us the toast message and the ID is available. So now account created successfully. So this is how we handle the custom error messages. And I want to show you the other thing as well, that is how we can handle the server errors in this. And for that, what we're gonna do is we'll use another attribute. We'll go to the HTML and we'll say on error. So like on success, there is a property on error, and this will call handle error. So these names can be any name that you wanna use in your JS. I'm creating a method now, handle error. It will also receive an event, and here what I'm gonna do is I'll copy paste the same toast event, and this time it's an type variant error. We'll show the error message. We'll say event dot detail dot message, and we'll say error creating account. Okay, so what will happen is whenever while creating we got a server error or something, this handle error gets called up, it will receive the message, and it triggered the toast message, and the toast message comes on the screen. So let's deploy this. But right now, how we gonna trigger the um, server message? For that, we'll try one technique. So now I'll refresh the page. Technique is, we'll do the right click, go to the inspect element. We'll go to the network tabs, and here there is a drop down like online. I'll take my network to the offline. Okay, now the network is offline. We'll say my Australia. So the text is valid, account name. And now if I hit create account, it should take the server error because the network will not work. It's in offline mode. So let's see if it throws an error or not. So it's a error creating account, right? So because the network is not working, it goes in the offline mode. So this is the way how you can mock the like real-time errors. I'll go back to the online mode, and this is how you handle your on error as well. So now we have covered all three approaches: how you handle your on submit custom validation, on success how you show the toast message, on error how you show the error messages. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video.